Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, Hallelujah. Reach your joys and triumphs high. Hallelujah. Sea, heavens, and earth reply. Hallelujah. That was Easter morning, and my body could still feel the resurrection from the night before. I get ahead of myself. I was married to an amazing woman for almost 25 years. And somewhere in those years, my passion just fell asleep. It's not like all at once. It's not like I just noticed one day. It's as if someone turned the volume down so slowly, I forgot there was supposed to be music. I've always been a dancer, yet even in the dance, I was going through the motions. You know how that is when you're in a duet and you're close enough to touch, but no one's actually offering their weight? You're just two bodies in proximity, performing partnership. It looks right from the outside, but inside, there's no contact. That was my marriage. That was my body, technically present and spiritually and emotionally challenged. But then one day, something shifted. It started in a contact improv dance jam. The first time someone actually offered me their real weight, not polite weight. Their body leaning into mine and trusting me to hold it. I almost wept because my body remembered something. Something older than my marriage. Something older than all the rules I'd been following. I remembered that I was alive. Fully alive! And that feeling didn't just stay on the dance floor. It followed me home. It followed me into my meditation practice, into the shower, into my desire. It showed up in the way that I was noticing everyone. I was noticing everyone. Something wild was waking up inside. And it was asking a question that I didn't know how to answer. What do you actually want? It turns out that answering that question cost me everything that I thought was stable. That I had left the house I lived in for 24 years. I left financial stability. I left a version of myself that everyone recognized. Gone! And what I took with me was this wild aliveness and a terrifying new sentence. It's okay to ask for what you want. In fact, it's not just okay, it's super hot. The first time that he touched me, I could feel it everywhere. Not just where his skin met mine, everywhere. It was like my nervous system had been waiting in the dark, and someone turned on all the lights all at once. I got so wet just from the touch of his hand. His tongue in my mouth felt like it was tracing circles around my clit. And as I grew to love him, I just wanted more connection, more intimacy, more. Our first night together, it was a rediscovery of how a cock grows, how it moves, how it feels, and how wet I could become. Oh, it It had been years and my body received it like a homecoming. And then it was Easter morning. I'm warming up with the church choir. And I'm remembering his erection in my hand and my mouth and my pussy. And then we're singing, Christ the Lord is risen. Something had risen. Something had definitely risen. And as I sang, I had the biggest smile inside. Because who knew that healing the spiritual sexual split was going to be so much fun? And now I know. I know what it's like to lay with the body and have my nervous system just light up like a switchboard. I know what it feels like to move between leading and following in ways that has nothing to do with dance and everything to do with trust. I know what it's like to love more than one person and to be loved in return, and for none of that to be a performance. What was resurrected was my whole self. The one that dances and sings and fucks and prays and sees no contradiction between these things. And on that Holy Sunday, I remember how I sang about a prophet who rose from the dead. But this is my resurrection song. I rise